A situationship is one person wanting a relationship and the other one not giving a
He introduced her as his girlfriend to some people, but then when she did the same, he got pissed at her. And I was like, what?
The wrong guy will give you dumb bitchitis.
Scum of the earth. Hello, Cal, you are on air.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, we should get a boy, but like do a voice disguiser and like have like a hat or something. It's Cal.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic. I'm Remi Cruz.
And I'm Alisha Marie. Also, our Sunny Angels are still here.
We're going to keep them and just switch out the little guys with different colors.
No, I love it.
We could just drill a hole in any of their heads and make them a keychain now.
You can, but that's... Yeah.
We could.
We could, but like, do we want to do that?
Maybe. I'll think about it.
Wait, Rem.
Oh,
behind us.
We're going to start an army
on the
behind
set.
us, everybody. Let's bring all of them just for one episode.
Even in like a glass like jar.
Okay.
As like a display. That'd be cute.
At my baby shower or like bridal shower, whenever I throw my next party, you know, when they do like, guess how many gumballs are in the
It'll be
jar.
a Sunny Angel. Yes. Mm-hmm. How many babies?
Wait, I'm obsessed with this. For my baby shower, when you throw that, just a note. Do you throw that? Is that your job?
I don't know.
Yeah, who throws
I think
what
it's
parties?
usually like the friends and family.
Okay.
Like they host you. They like take care of it.
Okay. Perfect. For my baby shower, that's what I would like.
Perfect. Even though we realistically will be doing it together.
True. No, that's
because you hate surprises.
I just called Kaylee the other day because I realized like I was supposed to, it's usually the maid of honor's job to throw a bridal shower.
Yes.
And like, I know she didn't want one, but then also I was just like, oh my God, what if she wants one if she's not? Yeah, exactly. And like, I obviously like, even the Bachelorette, like it was already a stretch for her because she's just like not a girl that likes to like, she's not a birthday girl. She's not like a big party girl.
I will say, regardless of the party, like it is a very nice way to be able to get gifts for like, you know, the new couple, or if you are pregnant, it's a baby shower, like that is a nice way. And I would hate for her to miss out on like some of that.
I agree.
Just because all that stuff gets so expensive. Like,
well, I did call her and I was like, please, I know you don't want one, but like, please tell me if you want one. She's like, no, I'd rather not. Like there are so many other things I'd rather do than have a bridal shower. Yeah. And I was like, understood.
You're
Thank
like, but
you.
Can you make like a registry or like something?
That too.
Like we got to buy her some lingerie. That's like the thing you get, you know?
In the campsite.
Yes.
In the tent on the cot. I can't wait to tell her that. Yes. Don't worry. I did not fail my maid of honor duties, but every bride is different.
Every bride is so
different. I will be
different.
wanting a bridal shower.
And I would expect at least two, like, to be honest. We got to have one where like your grandma can come, like your family can come. It's a little more wholesome.
Yes, a wholesome.
Then we got to have the like, not crazy because we're going to have a bachelorette. Obviously that's separate. Maybe we'll do it where like there's an early crew. It'll just be a long day for you. You know what I mean? And that's like
I'm working all
brunch,
day.
high tea, you know, a little more nice. And then it can go later but then there can still be a crossover.
Okay.
Like I'll tell people to come at different times.
These ideas are great.
I'll say Uber only, no cars available,
Yes.
like no parking.
Yeah.
Please carpool because this will be an event. If you see paparazzi on the way in, like don't give them any acknowledgement.
Don't look at the cameras.
Don't look at the cameras. Don't say don't say the gender whatsoever. Do you want to do a gender reveal?
Wait, were we talking babies or were we talking bridal?
Oh, I thought we were talking babies because
I'm
of
obsessed.
We were talking about the Sunny Angels, but you're talking about bridal.
Oh, I'm talking about anything that is a fun party that we can have.
Okay. Well, do you want to like gender reveal?
I think I go back and forth with that because I do think there's so much beauty in those videos of just the mom and the dad on the beach or you know, like doing something very private. I think that's so beautiful. But I also think a party is really fun. So I don't know. I actually think I'd lean more towards, I think I'd do something private for Cal and I to experience and then do a party for everyone else.
Honestly, I like that because like there's too many videos and they're obviously hilarious to watch. But when the parents don't get the gender they're hoping for,
yes,
it's like comical to watch because the videos go viral. It's sad.
It's so sad,
but
it's like, funny.
I wouldn't like the pressure of a whole bunch of people watching me because I would feel like either way I have to look happy, which like I think truly I would be happy no matter what.
Sunny Angel.
Exactly. Like there's just a little more like, you know, but I don't know. I will say at least gender reveals have gotten a lot less crazy.
The fire
smoke
cannons are nuts. I will say one of my best friends found out the gender of her sister's baby. And we all knew that her sister really, really, really wanted a girl. It was her first baby, really, really, really wanted a girl. And it ended up being a boy. And so she was like, shoot, like this is going to be, it's not going to go well. And they ended up doing their gender reveal via Zoom because it was like,
I think you've said this. Yes. Oh my God.
It was like, I don't know if I said it on the podcast. Have I said it on the pod?
Forget.
It was like peak COVID. So they did it via Zoom. And so it was just a simple, like a big, conference room of like 20 of her friends. And she gets on and she's like, hi, everybody. Like, thank you so much for coming. Like, okay, let's get to it. She opens the envelope. It says boy. She immediately starts crying and goes, thanks for coming by. Slams the laptop shut. Locked herself in the bathroom for 2 hours crying. He's a perfect angel baby. He's like 3 years old now at this point. He's such a good baby. She ended up getting a girl for her second. So she has one of each. And it's a funny story that we look back on and laugh about. But like similarly, I think it's just like, it's sad. Obviously, at the end of the day, everybody just wants a happy, healthy baby.
Oh my God.
But you do have like these like lifelong dreams. I'm sure some people do of like what you want.
My friend was literally over this morning and she is pregnant. So I was like, we were like talking all about it. And I was like, did you have a preference for like a boy or a girl? And she was like, I actually wanted a girl, but you know how everyone says you just know in your gut? She was like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what it was going to be. She's like 3.5 months pregnant right now.
Oh, wow.
But she had a lot of random people, even her brother at one point being like, I think you're going to have a boy. And she was like, why does everyone keep saying I'm going to have a boy? And then when they had the gender reveal, she was like, oh my God, it is a boy.
It's a boy.
And so she was like really excited. I was like, I've always heard.
She's only 3.5 months and knows the gender already?
Yeah.
I didn't know it came that soon.
I think it's around 3 months.
Oh, how fun.
I actually just found that out because my other friend found out her ex was cheating on her. The way she found out was because he posted his new girl. Okay. But the way that she found out is so messed up because they announced they're having a baby and did a gender reveal. Yes. They did a gender reveal, which obviously that was X amount of months ago and you only know the gender when it's been that long. So that helped her put together the timelines and goes, holy shit, you were cheating on me with her at the same time because that timeline going back 3 months of knowing the gender is when we were seeing each other. And then he randomly broke up with her out of nowhere.
Is this the one that she's never spoken to again?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I stood up from I was like, I literally did one of those I literally like had to do a walk around my kitchen and then sit back down and be like, holy shit.
I hate men.
I know, right?
Really do.
I truly was like, wait, but how do you know? Because you were seeing him so long ago. She's like, no, the gender reveal. She only can be at least 3 months along. And I felt dumb because obviously I don't have kids or anyone in my life has one. So I didn't know I guess that's when you can find out the gender as early as possible or something like that. And it made me scream because I was like, the way you found out was from a literal Facebook post. And she did like the post, which I thought was hilarious.
That's so good.
I'm like, call me a crazy ex. I don't care. That's funny.
Oh my God. Is she okay?
Yes, because now she's like, wow, I dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
And this guy's a literal scum of the earth. Scum of the earth.
Wow.
We learned that men suck again. And I also learned that same day that 12 weeks, 3 months-ish is when you can tell the gender. So
that is so crazy. Science is so amazing. Are you going to have a gender reveal?
Ooh, I don't know. I could see me it wouldn't be anything crazy. I don't think I would want a lot of people in the room with me. Like, I think that would be overwhelming to me because I'm just like, I think I'd want it private, but then I do like surprising my friends with what it is. My mom, again, it's so crazy how like my mom and dad like decided to not know until they gave birth.
Crazy.
And I feel like that was such a, you know what's funny? That was probably the trend then was to not know. And then the trend now is to
nursery.
do yes, very like gender neutral vibes. And then I feel like now the trend is having a gender reveal, which I do like the idea of a gender reveal because then you can plan and like pick names easier. My mom said with both Ashley and I, she could think of girl names so easy, but she couldn't think of boy names.
Oh my gosh.
And lo and behold, so they were like,
she didn't need any.
She didn't need it, but it was just crazy because I remember her being like, well, if it's a boy, shoot, I guess I got to think of more names. Like she thought of like David or Michael, like definitely very like Bible names, which I thought was so funny. And then Ashley actually had a bear that was named Alisha, but it was Alicia.
But you were born Alicia, right?
Yeah, for a day. But my mom got so mad because she told them to spell it the way I spell Alisha. And which now being older, I'm sorry, I can't even go back to the DMV to change my photo. I'm too lazy.
But that's your name forever.
I get it. But like to be a fresh mom with a newborn and to be like, no, we're going back to the hospital to change this. Like she said she was so adamant, like we're going back and we need to, which I get it. I probably would do the same. But just now knowing the thought of paperwork and like, we have to go back to do this right. I'm like, ooh.
Could she have just sent your dad to do it?
We all went. Apparently I was there too. And no, my dad she'd never trust him to do that.
I understand that too.
He would be like, they said no. And she'd be like, well, you didn't ask hard enough. That's such a dad thing.
So true. So true.
Oh my God.
I know. Babies.
I did only want girls growing up, but now I think I could see me having like a boy. I'm just obviously want a healthy baby, but I'm just,
I'm going to be happy with whatever I get and I will be grateful. But a house full of boys sounds really challenging to me. But also a house full of girls sounds really challenging too.
I know, right?
In their own right.
Or a boy who appreciates really nice purses because they're getting them either way.
Either way.
I'm like,
that's so fun. Oh my God. I was just talking. I went to dinner with my mom and my dad and Cal the other day because it was my dad's birthday. And
you didn't tell me?
We miss you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay. He won't even know.
He finally, he said I'm like a daughter to him. So, and I missed his birthday.
I'm sorry. It's okay. It's only a couple days later. He won't even know. Be like, oh my God, sorry, my text didn't send.
Okay.
He won't. He truly won't mind. You know him.
Honey, I'm sorry.
He's the happiest, nicest guy.
And we were talking.
They want me to have a baby so bad. Like,
well, especially now that Holden's here. It's
I know.
He needs a cousin.
Every sentence ends with like, oh, well, when you have a kid. Oh, well, when you have a kid. And my dad wants us to give him a granddaughter so badly.
He is going to be the cutest, like, girl grandpa
I know
ever.
Just putty in his hands, and he was just like, please, and Cal was just like, I am so scared. He's like I'm already so scared of our daughter. Like he's like, she's just gonna run him.
The way she's not even born. Obviously the embryo's like in there, you know what I mean?
She's here somewhere.
She's down there, but the way he's saying that like makes me believe you will have a girl because she's gonna come and there's going to be a joke of even Cal being like, oh, I knew before you were born. I just knew. Right. I knew.
I mean, look at him with the 3 girl dogs.
Little ocean river.
I'm like, river, lake.
Lake river.
What else is there? Pond.
Petal flower.
Pond. Moat. Flower. I'm just thinking of water things. But overall, she's just going to be his little princess. It's going to be so cute.
I can't wait.
Yes. Well, in the last episode, we did discuss how we need to talk about just
men. Speaking of men.
And dating. And we've got some bones to pick, apparently.
Yes. I feel like I can start it out because I do feel like this might be pretty quick because I skimmed it. But we had a viewer. I won't say her name because she said, feel free to share this on Pretty Basic if you want, but I'd like to be anonymous. So, hey girl, you know who you are. And if you guys ever want to send in stories to the Pretty Basic Podcast Instagram, please do. And then obviously let us know if you do want it to be anonymous or not. But I thought this was really interesting because we talk about situationships a lot. And obviously when you're in a situationship, you don't know you're in it. And the last thing you want to do is be in one. And you're trying to be so aware and self-aware. But in the end, you're still
a dumb bitch.
Fighting so hard for it not to be.
Situationships make you a dumb bitch. They really, because they make you like,
I'm going to say optimistic.
Oh, I do think there's such a beautifully optimistic side, but they make you crazy too. Because you just like, I was just talking about this with my friend yesterday. A situationship hurts so much more than a real breakup because of the fantasy that you've created in your head and this person that you've built up in your head and this relationship that you've built up in your head and none of it was real. So not only are you coping with like real feelings, but you're also coping with the idea of this person wasn't who I thought they were. This relationship wasn't what I thought it was. Like all these things. And it's just a lot harder to swallow.
Yeah. The hard truth of, oh, was this all just built up in my head?
Oh,
but you're you're looking at all the evidence, all the receipts, you're looking at everything, just trying to make sense of it.
I love taking care of my skin and of course facials. I love a facial so much. Cal actually just got his first facial as well when we went to Hawaii for our anniversary. And you guys, he was obsessed. Honestly, Cal's better at his skincare than I am. I just want to go to bed. He's always doing his whole routine. And I'm like, Remi, do what he's doing. Follow it. You need to take care of your skin. And he's inspired me so much. Alisha and I have been going to Hannah Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, who is recognized globally as the top facial provider. They deliver unparalleled skincare solutions with nearly 2 million facials performed last year. I love that they take a very holistic approach to wellness, offering a range of massage therapies for relaxation and tension relief. They also have hot stone and deep tissue treatments, and you guys, they are fantastic. I'm actually going next week, and I'm going to get the clearing facial. My skin's been kind of freaking out a little bit, so I'm super, super excited to get that done. I love a facial because it's so relaxing, but also you just leave feeling so amazing. This one is made to detoxify and remove impurities from your pores, which I really, really, really need. Building a consistent skincare routine with the same esthetician is like having a personalized skincare coach. They get to know your skin intimately, track its progress, and tailor treatments to address your evolving needs. This personalized approach accelerates results and helps you achieve your long-term skincare goals more effectively. With over 600 locations across the US and Canada, prioritize self-care with easy scheduling and flexible membership plans. Book a first-time facial and experience the Hand and Stone difference. Go to handandstone.com to book appointments and get free aromatherapy with your introductory facial at $10 value. Use code PRETTYBASICFREE@. That's PRETTYBASICFREEAT. Promo code valid until December 31st, 2024. Okay, if you guys know me, I am always on the lookout for products that are not only cute, but also super practical. And the Skims Ultimate Bra Collection has completely blown me away. You guys, I just more recently discovered that I have actually been wearing the wrong bra size for a very long time. And let me tell you, finding my right size in a Skims bra has been absolutely game-changing. The second that I put on the Ultimate Teardrop Push-Up Bra, I felt the perfect mix of comfort and confidence. Seriously, as a girl that's always had a larger chest, always kind of struggled with my chest, my posture, all those things, finding a bra that, even more importantly, feel comfortable gives you so much confidence. It's seriously one of those bras that makes me feel like I'm supported without even feeling like I'm wearing one. Like you genuinely forget about it. It's so soft and breathable. Plus, I can wear this bra with everything, truly, which we love. Also, a big thing for me, it does not squeeze my back fat. Ladies, I know a lot of us can relate to that. I hate just like the little rolls that I get around my bra. If it's not fitting right, it just makes me uncomfortable, especially in like tight shirts and things. It fits so smoothly and just makes me feel so good. So if you're ready to ditch uncomfortable bras forever, then seriously check out Skims. Now available in 62 sizes from 30A all the way to 46H. So there's literally something for everyone. Shop Skims bras at skims.com to shop their ultimate bra and more. And hey, if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Trust me, your girls will thank you. Here we go. For those of you who don't know what a situationship is, on Google, situationships can be defined as romantic relationships with no clarity or label. They might include affection, sexual behaviors, and spending time together, but also involve low levels of commitment. Put simply, a situationship is essentially a relationship without any commitment, says Dr. Romanoff.
Okay.
Doctor.
Doctor.
I also saw on TikTok, and I laughed so hard because it's so real. A situationship is one person wanting a relationship and the other one not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's just really what it is.
Yeah.
Boiled down.
Wait, I'm so sad I can't find the chat.
Oh no.
I know.
Do you remember the gist of what it was?
The gist was she had a huge list of like, can you help me? I think I'm in a situationship, but I'm not positive. I'll send you all the receipts. And I was like, girl, I got you. Go ahead. I literally put it in my better folder so I wouldn't lose it, and it still didn't come up.
I might just have to say, if you're confused, it's most likely a situationship too.
So I felt bad because within the first like 2 sentences, I was just like, oh, you're in a situationship. Honestly, though, I felt bad because she had a lot of points and being like, he sent me this text. He'll tell me I am like beautiful and like he only wants to be with me. And I met his family and his family said that they're so happy that he has you in his life. Da 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 da.
Wow.
Yeah,
meeting
like
the family is
meeting
crazy.
the family, and then he says he doesn't want a relationship right now. He's so happy where things are. I feel like that was like a highlight moment. I feel like so many people, guy or girl, will say this. Like, no, I'm glad where things are right now. Oh, another weird thing was he introduced her as his girlfriend to some people, but then when she did the same, he got pissed at her. And I was like, what? But again, like, it's so easy reading the facts and like not being there in those situations. Cause if I was the girl, I would literally be like, oh, so he said he's my girl. Like, I guess we're dating.
Yeah.
But then for it to flip, and he got very upset with her when she did the same. And so she was just really confused. I will say age-wise, it seems like I want to say they were like beginning college. And I just feel like that time also, I feel like a lot of people want to keep their options open very bluntly. Like, obviously I don't think that's like necessarily right, but I do feel like that was a huge theme that I saw. But she had a whole bunch of like, he's texted me this, he's said this, I met the family, they said thank you for being there for him during like blah blah blah, we really love you. And then she met his sister, and the sister was like, I've heard so much about you. So she's thinking, okay,
girl, that is
what
so
are
confusing.
what are you saying about me and to your family? That must mean something, right?
That's really sad.
I wish I had all the things, because she had like paragraphs on paragraphs and photos and all these things.
If you're listening and this is you, send it again to both of us.
Send it again, and maybe if anything, we can just DM you.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
I know, but I felt so bad because I was like, in the end, I feel like he's either wanting to keep his options open. Well, one, you're in a situationship because like he's not wanting to commit, and he's made that very clear, even though he's sending mixed signals. Also, I think he also wants to keep his options open, which unfortunately, I think especially now in this day and age, because it's so easy to go on, whether it's a dating app or you're just like, oh, who's next? Who's available? Like you think you have something good, and then you're like, well, what can I find that's better? And that's like a messed up way of thinking. But I think a lot of people tend to think that way. Also being younger, obviously you're not, in high school, but you're still younger and it's like your first real love. I do think that's a whole other aspect to it. So first of all, I'm sorry, because he should be clear with you. I do think you deserve better, because actions are one thing and words are another thing. And if he's telling you one thing, but then his actions don't match up to that, clearly he doesn't mean it. Or maybe he wants to like convince himself he's a good guy and means it. And he's like, I don't want to hurt you. But like, okay, people only say I don't want to hurt you right before they're going to hurt you.
So
like,
true.
Anytime someone's like, sorry, I didn't want to hurt you, or I don't want to hurt you, it's like, either
way,
you
I'm gonna
did.
get hurt, so just be honest.
And if you're aware that what you're doing could be hurting me, like just stop. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make it any better. If anything, it makes it worse. Like there's been so many times, like whether it's like a formal breakup or a situationship breakup, where you're like, I would rather them just be a dick and cheat on me and not care, because it's easier to get over them when you're like, oh, they were trash, versus when they're crying to you and opening up. I remember there was something about like, she was like, he'll like open up to me about certain things. And like, that makes it harder, because now he's trauma dumping on you and you're there willing to quote fix him, which you should never try to fix a guy. But my heart just broke for you so much, because I feel like we have so many hot ass bitches listening, and you listeners deserve the world. And it makes us sad when we see you putting up with anything less than what you deserve.
Agreed. Times 10. I think if you're just like, it truly at the end of the day, if you are confused, like that is not your person.
Yeah.
That's what I just kept reiterating. So one of my really good friends right now is kind of going through, I wouldn't call it a situationship, but it's definitely just like she has very strong feelings and we're not quite sure where the guy is because it's so hard, because it's like, and I feel like when I sat there and I was listening to everything, I'm also the friend who wants to, you and I are the same. Like how you were with me with my situationships is like, that's how I am for other people too.
We're also optimistic. We're like, well, maybe.
And I want to see the best in people. I really, really do. And I met this guy and he was very nice, but I do think that he's not being the most communicative. And I don't know if it's because he's choosing to, or because he hasn't actually looked inside himself and been like, what do I want? And how do I feel? And I think it's the latter.
I think it's that, because I feel like girls stereotypically can sit down and overanalyze and overthink and make sense out of nothing. Like we will sit here and be like, oh, he was raised this way, which means he needs this and his love language is this. Where guys don't even know like what they ate for breakfast.
So true. And also, if I've taken away anything in this conversation I had last night with Cal and my best friend, it's that men are so simple. Like men are A plus B equals C. And we are like the what is it? The Pythagorean theorem, or what's the one that's like y or negative b plus minus quadratic formula? We're the quadratic formula. Like everything to us is so much more complicated. And so I was giving my best friend advice with my female brain, which is very like, oh, I'm going to, for lack of a better term, kind of say like kind of manipulative, but it's just like a strategic, not manipulative, strategic way of thinking.
I think also, again, we're covering every base. We're like, option A is this, so this must mean this. However, there's a world where option B is what he thinks about this.
Yes.
And if it's option C, maybe it's a mix of both. Like, we'll find it. Sometimes I think it'd be a good lawyer. Not that anyone should ever want to hire me to be a lawyer, but the way I feel like we will dissect anything. You know what I mean? And we will make sense out of even nothing, which isn't healthy sometimes. But I think that's just one beautiful thing about our brains.
For sure. So my best friend has been seeing this guy on and off. They've just been hooking up here and there, but at the same time also like he'll do things that confuse her, like say certain things or do certain things where it's a little bit confusing. But I will say it fizzled out. It fizzled out a lot in the past like 2 months or so.
How long has it been total?
They've been friends for like quite a few years before too.
Oh,
so it made it a little
okay.
bit more like, you know, sticky. But I think the hooking up like romantic just started sometime this year. So for the past couple months, he hasn't been really reaching out. And like, I know he has some stuff going on too. And so.
And then you're trying to be a cool girl and like not be like,
yes.
you know, you're like trying to be, I'm chill. Like, I'm chill. It's
no,
fine.
I'm like so fine. And then, so anytime they've spoken in the past couple months, she's been the one initiating it. So we were talking about it last night and she really wants to talk to him and like tell him how she feels. And I was like, I don't know. I just personally like, obviously I wanted to be nice too. I'm not going to be like, like too harsh with everything, but I was just trying to like prepare her where she, you know, she was like, I want to tell him how I feel. And I was like, absolutely you should if you're doing it for you. Because if you're telling him how you feel for yourself, then it doesn't matter what the outcome is. You're doing it for you because you want to get it off your chest or you want to be able to, you know, to say it without wondering like what happened one day or what could have happened one day. But if you're doing it to get a specific answer, then don't do that because that's only going to, you know, set you up for either heartbreak or a really good answer, but it's truly like 50-50. And so I was trying to like get her prepped with that. And I was like, I don't know, like what if we just wait like a little bit longer? Because maybe, you know, in a few months, maybe, you know, maybe he has something going on right now. Maybe in a few months, like he'll start talking to you more again, like, you know, or maybe like be a little bit more available because right now it just seems like he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah. Like, and also if what I've also learned, cause I have we should do research and do a whole episode on this of like the different attachment styles. I've learned I'm an avoidant attachment style, which is like, I'll pull away and I need space. But for people who are anxious, they take that space and they're like, oh, well, I need to fill that space, which then pushes the avoidant even more away because then they're like, I'm feeling smothered or like something.
Is it only anxious or avoidant? That's
there's
only
anxious,
two?
avoidant, and then there's, I think, a mix of both.
What am I?
I have no idea. And also you can be secure. Like secure is like the obvious, like the perfect scenario is like you have a secure relationship, like attachment style where, you know, you don't take things too personally. And the whole goal is that for everyone to be secure.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting learning about if you have an anxious attachment style where it sounds like your friend is the anxious attachment.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they're pulling away. Oh my God, what can I do to bring them back? I must express my feelings. But in reality, to an avoidant person, I'm not saying he's avoidant, but to an avoidant person, that's like the worst thing you can do because then they're like, I'm feeling smothered. I need to back away even more.
Yeah.
But there's different the first time I heard about it was a few years ago. And I was like, wow, this is so interesting. And you can change. You can be a little bit of both in different areas. It's not like you're just this or just that. And you can change a little bit. Like, you know, you can grow and be more secure in certain ways or whatever. So I think that'd be very interesting to like talk about.
I could see that being the case here for sure.
Really?
I think so. Well, also, I mean, I don't know this guy, but I also just like, I kept telling her also just, I think my friend deserves a lot better.
Yeah.
And I kept telling her also like, when it's the right person, and I know like this is so annoying to hear, especially from someone like in a relationship that's like
You're
happy.
like, if
I know how annoying
was talking
it is.
to my past, I'd be like, whatever,
Shut
bitch.
up. No, and I'm totally aware of that. So I really try to tread lightly, but I was just like, it should be so easy. And like he should be making it so apparent. Like, and I kept telling her, and I feel like I was kind of talking to myself because I remember when I was in my situationships, I always thought like I wasn't enough. It's something I'm doing wrong. I'm not cool enough.
Which is such
I'm
a
not
lie.
smart enough. I remember always being like, you would tell me that all the time, but I'd be like, no, obviously it's true because like I'm not enough. Like it's whether I'm not skinny enough, smart enough, funny enough, hot enough, successful enough, whatever. But like sitting there, like looking at her at dinner, I was like, it's not you. It is not you at all. I was like, you're amazing. You're hot. You're smart. You're sexy. You're all these things.
Yeah.
You're successful. He's not ready for whatever reason, whether it's just you are not his person, whether it's that he's getting over his ex, whether he's just wanting to focus on the boys right now, whether he just wants to focus on work, whether he wants to make enough money and then he's available for a relationship. Like, I don't know what his decision is, but like it has nothing to do with you.
No, literally nothing. Also, it's kind of like magnets. Like if they just don't mesh, they just don't fully mesh.
Yes.
I remember one of my friends, she's married now, but she was destroyed by this guy she was dating because she has like long, beautiful model legs, but she has like no ass. So growing up, she was always so insecure that she never had a butt. Her boyfriend would always be, her ex-boyfriend now, would always be like, oh yeah, like saying that girls were gorgeous when they were super curvy and just like all these things that she definitely was like, oh, I don't feel good enough because like I don't have an ass and clearly you're attracted to this. Like she felt so less than she would try to do all the squats she could. Like, but like her body, this just wasn't her body.
Yeah.
She ended up marrying a guy, and this guy is like obsessed with her legs and is like, I've just always had a thing for like long legs and like doesn't care about butts as much. And she was just like, oh my God, like you were always my person. I was trying to fit someone else's like mold, and like obviously that guy was trash anyway, and he was like toxic for even bringing up other girls when you have a girlfriend. But she was just like, wow, I wish I could have like sat down with my past self being like, just like, it's not you. It's not you, and you're gonna find someone who appreciates all the things that you actually like, maybe even you struggle with. It's like someone's gonna come along and like love I don't know, like just whatever the case is,
whether it's like beautiful. Something that you're insecure about or just something you love about yourself. I literally was talking to one of my friends yesterday about how we were laughing at how, because my hair when I was blonde was so fried and it was falling out of my head, and like no one could have told me that it looked bad. Like I was like, but the reason why I went blonde was because the guy that I was seeing told me that he loves blondes as I sat there with my black hair staring at him. And so then obviously I went blonde, and I was like joking, but also like serious. Yesterday I was like, it's so funny because I went blonde and he still didn't like me. But it was never that. I thought that was like simply the switch.
And what's funny about that too is like, I've been in that scenario too, where you're sitting there being like, well, I've wanted to do it anyway, but like, this is a plus. But like deep down, you're doing it for this guy.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's so hard because you're so convincing yourself like, no. I already was planning on going blonde, and like I've wanted to anyway, and like he just happened to say that, so that just like made me officially
it's like
do
so perfect.
it. Yeah, but like in reality, it's like, oh,
that's what I mean. But like, not just situationships, but like the wrong guy will give you dumb bitchitis. Like you really do like. And everybody needs to go through it. And again, like when I was talking to my friend yesterday, she was just like, we were trying to analyze the situation, and I'm trying to be as supportive as I can while also trying to be real with her, because I'd be a bad friend if I was just like, you should go calm tomorrow and be like, I'm obsessed with you. If like we are, and because she kept being like, he hasn't spoken to me in 2 months. I feel like that is my answer.
That
and
is
I'm like,
answer.
And I'm like, I think it might be.
It is, because honestly, and this is just from my experience, this may have been for anyone listening, and I'd love to hear if it was the case. I've never actually heard of a situation where some guy hasn't talked, or girl, someone hasn't talked to you in months. Then you sit there and be like, no, I'm actually really interested in you. And then they care. I've never seen it be like, oh my God, like I had no idea you are the one for me. I've never seen that ever in my life. We've seen it literally only in the movies. And I feel like that speaks volumes. And again, you don't want to like, I don't know, as I've gotten so old and so wise, there's been a few things that have really like stuck with me, is when someone's like, picture this situationship or partner or person that you're dating as your kid. Would you like be proud of them? One, ouch, because there's been times where I look back and I'm like, oh, I had rose colored glasses. Like I literally was like, he's so nice. Then I actually picture them as like, if they were my kid, and then I'd be like
doing that to somebody else.
Like, yes, that first of all, but two, like if this person was my son, like would I be like so proud of them, of them, how they're treating other people? Yes, of like how they're like, and all these things, or vice versa. If my daughter was dating someone like this, what would I think? And like, or even my sister, I get so protective over Ashley, or even you, like the way I'm protective I feel like a lot of people are more protective over other people than ourselves, because we're just so like, no, like we want it to work or whatever. But yeah, that was one that I always thought was crazy. Like if you and this person had a kid, and your kid turned out to be a spitting image of your partner, would you be happy with that or not? And like, that says a lot, because it does. And it's just like, and that's one, that's fine too, regardless of whatever. It was just something that really, it makes you be a little more picky when it comes to finding a partner. And also, oh my God, Lauren Giraldo, friend of the pod, she was on before. Go watch that episode. She just had a baby, and I saw she posted a huge long, it was a reel or TikTok or caption or something. And she was saying how, if I've learned anything, like be picky picking a partner, because Henny, her husband, is like so helpful with like them having Rio, their baby. But she was saying, she was like, he finally is sleeping through the night. It honestly was so hard. There were so many hard nights, and like I couldn't imagine doing it without Henny's support. And like she was like, girls, be picky who you pick, because like I couldn't do this without him, and like it's so helpful. And then you just think of all of the like the single moms who've done it for so long, and like wow, you know what I mean? And it's just weird being older, because like we're thinking of that now, like we're thinking of, oh, like we want to look for a partner who's like would be a good dad, versus when you're like in college or something, you're just like,
He's hot.
like he's hot.
Yeah,
oh my God, like he's so cute.
It's so true though.
It's
it
crazy.
really is. But back to my friend.
I'm sorry.
No, you're so fine. But like this is so interesting. And like, I don't know if this is what makes me more delulu too. Like when I want to give advice to people is that I was telling her like more in the sense of like guarding your heart. I'm like, I do feel like the signs are there. I do feel like, I don't know, we should tread lightly. I was like, maybe we wait a little longer and like see if anything changes before you go and say all of this. Because also I know her and I feel like as much as she wants to do it for herself, obviously we all know what the answer we want.
Yeah.
And I want her to, I just like, in my head, I'm like, maybe in a little bit more time, like maybe it'll fizzle out. Maybe I just don't want her being
interested
hurt.
in someone else.
That's all I want. I was just like, I just want to avoid her getting hurt, of course, number one. So when we get home, and Cal was in the kitchen. And so we were basically like, oh my God, Cal, what's your opinion of this? We said everything. And Cal was like, I think you should tell him. And I was like, wait, what?
Really?
Yeah. And he was like, I think you should tell him. I was like, really? Like, what makes you think that? And he was like, well, because she said she wants to know an answer. He's like, I can't even imagine like going another week.
A plus B
equals C.
If you
she
want
wants to know,
you have to talk to him
Yes.
so you get your answer.
And he was like in high school, you know, we graduated and he said that so many girls came up to him. So many girls came up
Cal.
to him. And we were like, Cal, I always had feelings for you. And he was like, wait, what? And like, you know,
Yeah.
Cal, what? And so he was just like, I think he was like, that made me feel really dumb. He was like, I just wish I had known.
Yeah.
And so he was saying like, yeah, I'm sure that the guy would like to know. And I was like, I'm sure the guy would like to know, but also like, what's the best for her? Like the best scenario situation. And he was just like, look, if you really just want an answer, then I think you should just go tell him. And he was like, you know, if you don't get the answer you want, like that sucks, but like life goes on.
It does. But
which is so true.
I will
He's
say
so
though
right.
too, again, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Like if she was to ask and he says, no, I don't, which all signs to me are leaning towards he's not interested that way or doesn't see her as that yet, you know? See both of us being like optimistic.
Yes,
maybe.
that's how I feel. I'm like, maybe in a few months.
But if he says no and then she's still willing to hook up or hang out or whatever, like that's just going to be
more painful
pain for her. So you have to be willing to walk away. Not that again, like, I can't see, like, obviously like we all are like delulu to ourselves because we don't want the real answers. We want to be able to hope for the best, but like sometimes the truth hurts and you're like, oh, well, at least before I didn't know he didn't want to be with me and I was still around, but now knowing he doesn't even care, I feel like shit. Like, I think just this, and it's different for everyone because I feel like I also know girls who are like, whatever, I just want to have fun. Like, cool, do that. But then I also know people who would not be able to do that. And I think she should have a moment with herself because again, like you said, regardless of his answer, she should be saying that for her. I also think there is an easier way than sitting down and making it like, I'm confessing I have feelings for you.
I told her to take your approach. And you know what I thought you would say? I told her to wait a few months and then be like, oh my God, yeah, I used to have feelings for you.
Oh my God. And
that's
then see what they do.
Right?
It's oh my God, for sure. Just be like, oh my God, I used to have feelings for you.
And then I was like, and then what if he's like, what?
Yeah. And then if he's like intrigued, be like, oh yeah, you just didn't seem interested. So like I got over it. Or like whatever. Like, and then it's fine.
Moving on.
Again, I still like pretending I'm the chill girl, like even though we all shouldn't, but like to me, I just like, I hate awkwardness, especially someone who like, I don't know if it's like the more that I learn about ADHD, the more that I've learned, like, it's just like, ooh, to me, that sounds scary. Like, I'm like, I would never want to sit down and even if someone confessed their feelings to me, even if I liked them, that would still feel too much for me. That would feel like, oh,
really?
Well, like if I didn't like them as much, but if it felt like they were like, you're the love of my life, blah, 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 I would be like, shoot, now you have high expectations. And like, what if I like let you down and da, 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 like my mind would just like,
would even a part of you be excited about that? Or would it just be straight overwhelming?
I mean, it really depends on the person, like really depends on the person. But I definitely like, I've just, but again, I'm an avoidant person. And anytime I've dated, like I tend to like, it's like, I want them to be obsessed with me. But then once they are, I run because I'm like,
and that's like also human nature is you want what you can't have. And I keep telling my friend too, like as soon as you're not interested in him, boom, he's going to be obsessed with you. I mean, here's the thing. She is going to do whatever she wants. She's a very headstrong
I think I know
girly.
who you're talking about. She's going to do it. She wants.
I sat there and I was part of me was laughing because I was like, I bet this is how you felt back in the day when I was going through my stuff.
But I will say too, like I've also just never been that approach of like, I'm going to sit and tell them. I do see how it's very therapeutic to be like, thank God that's like, I think for that type of person, your friend, it's less of a like, they're going to confess their feelings back. It's more of a, I can't keep going with this anxiousness and I just need to get it off my chest.
Which I totally respect too. And like, again, she needs to do whatever she needs to do and wants to do. And I fully support, no matter what the outcome is, obviously I'll be there for venting sessions, to hold her, whatever she needs from me. The one thing that I had a problem with that she said though, and I kept telling her this, was she was like, well, because I was just like, why not wait a little bit and see if anything changes? And then we can like see how from there. Her and Cal were both like, let's tell him now. And I'm like, if that's what you want to do,
I'm
tell him
shocked
now.
Cal said that.
I know.
Because
Should we call him
honestly,
in?
and from my POV, if he's not talking to her, he's probably interested in someone else.
Oh,
Like
I didn't think that at all.
He's probably like, and I'm not saying he's dating someone. I'm not saying he's hooking up with someone. Maybe like someone else has caught his eye, or he's like really focused on work right now. But regardless, he's not focusing on her.
Well, and that's clear. Yeah. I don't think it's another girl. I mean, I could be wrong, but whether it is
I clearly
friends,
don't know.
work,
Just busy.
money, family, girl, whatever
Yeah.
it is for sure. Or just like not wanting a relationship, not emotionally
Also,
available.
it is
whatever.
summer. Like, it's like, oh, maybe he's just like, why would I want a relationship right now? It's
That
not
too.
cuffing season.
The one thing I had a problem though that she said was one reason she really wanted to talk to him was because I just kept saying 3 months because I don't know why. I just was like, let's just wait and see. Like, because maybe in 3 months you'll be
lot can
talking
change
a
in
lot.
1 month,
Maybe you
yeah.
won't be talking. We'll see. If it's the exact same, then we got our answer. And she said, well, what if I don't say anything now? And then he meets someone else, and then 3 months from now he's dating her, and like, you know, they're together. And I was like, then that's not your person.
No, yeah.
Like, we can't use that as an excuse to tell him. But also, like, yes, when he said it, I was like, I looked at her, I was like, well, you should listen to him, first of all. Like, I don't have a man brain.
She was like, oh, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah,
Truly.
I'm already talking to him tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's already scheduled.
She's like, actually, I already texted him while we were talking
Yeah.
about this. I just think, I mean, here's the thing. We never will know what will actually happen. So I do think there's such a beauty in being so unequivocally honest with
And
him.
I will say, from someone who isn't like, I'm not going to pour out all my feelings person, I do see so much beauty to people who do that. And I think there will be someone who like appreciates her. There's someone out there who would love that about her and how open she is and wearing her heart on her sleeves. So it's again, it's less of she's in the wrong, what's wrong with her, because there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and if that's how her communication style is, that's how it's going to be the rest of her life. And she needs to find someone who matches
partner who,
that.
yes,
and a
absolutely.
partner.
You're so right.
Again, we're so much her now, and we think of those things now of like, oh, how can like this partnership work? I guess I don't know. I can't wait till she finds love.
I know, me too. And
Not
I'm
even
also
finds
just
love,
like,
just like
to find someone who like understands how
Appreciates.
amazing she is. And yes, I think like here's the thing. It could go just as well as it could go badly. So I understand that too.
So are we optimistic or are we pessimistic, Rem?
Or are we realistic?
Wait, I love that.
I think
I do think we're realistic.
no, I think we're optimistic.
No, because we're saying don't. I don't think that convo is going to go good.
You're so
Right?
right. You're so right.
So I
You're
think
right.
we're being-
You're so right. We're being
But we are optimistic when we talk to the girlies.
like I see a side. I see all of the sides of the situation. I really, really do. But I just think ultimately, whatever she needs to do, no matter what it is, do it for yourself.
And before, again, choose ahead of time. If this goes south, am I fine still hanging out? Am I fine still being in a situationship? Am I fine still hooking up? Whatever the case is, regardless of this. But don't say you're fine with it and you're willing to walk away and then get yourself wrapped back into it.
Yeah.
Because I think that control part of it is what, like, when you feel out of control, it can be very dangerous because that's like, I think there's so many girls who like, obviously you want to stand by your word, being like, okay, then if that's what you want, I'm willing to walk away. But deep down, like, a lot of people aren't willing to walk away unless you've been through it multiple times.
Yeah,
you know?
until you're just exhausted.
Until you're exhausted. So I do think like, just be realistic with yourself and your best friend. Like, if you know you're going to go back and you're like, hey, I'm probably going to get my heart hurt again. Like, just be realistic versus like, no, he said he's changed. Like, when we know he hasn't, you know?
Take your power back, girl.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, if guys have no problem being blunt, like, you can also be blunt with him of like, okay, well, I'm fine to do this, but like, you can't get me gifts. I don't want you to act like I'm your girlfriend. Like, we're just friends with benefits if that's the case. Like, and clearly there's a difference between friends with benefits is like, I feel like that was the old situationship where it's like two people agreeing you're friends with benefits and nothing more, but then one usually catches feelings.
Yeah.
But then I feel like the situationship is where it starts, where you think you're going into a relationship and then it just stays at that, like, we're kind of just friends with benefits, but yet you're buying me gifts, you're doing cute things, don't text me good morning beautiful. Like, that's only for boyfriend. Like, I don't want that.
You don't get boyfriend privileges with a situationship.
Like, I don't know.
Oh, thank God.
Cal, calling in hot. We have a caller on line
Hello,
one.
Cal. Welcome to the Pretty Basic Podcast.
Whoa,
Oh my God, you guys, I have to tell you about my new favorite foodie obsession. If you guys saw my vlogs, you saw that I talked about this, and little did I know that they were going to sponsor Pretty Basic. So this is literally so perfect. If you guys did not know, my life is crazy busy right now between work, between social stuff, planning a wedding. Sometimes I don't have the energy to make a full-on meal because, you know, like I'll spend a whole day doing a Cooking with Remi or cooking things, recipe testing, whatever it may be. And then the last thing that I want to do is do more dishes, cook more things for myself. But lately, I've been reaching for these amazing Taylor Farms chopped salad kits, and they are seriously a game changer. You're probably thinking, how exciting can a salad really be? But listen, these salads are defying boring in every bag. Taylor Farms has over 30 flavors, and I've been loving the Monterey Jack Cheese chopped kit. It's bold buffalo ranch dressing. It's so good. If you guys know me, I love anything buffalo. It's got just the right amount of heat, and the toppings and dressing come packed separately, so you can really tailor to your tastes, and you can add as little or as much as you want. Everything's fresh, it's crunchy, and what I like is that there's like a nice, really small micro chop on the salad. So if you like your salads really chopped up like I do, and you don't want like big bites of just lettuce, this is the salad kit for you, trust me. What I love is that you can totally enjoy them as is, or if you're feeling fancy, you can throw in some grilled chicken, more veggies, whatever it is that you want to bulk them up more. It's a great side salad for dinner if you make like, you know, a meal that you want a little bit more veggie in. It's perfect. These salads are pre-cut, prepped, and just waiting for you to dig in. Whether you're a busy professional, a parent on the go, or you've just had one of those days, Taylor Farms is making healthy eating easy and, trust me, delicious. So next time you're grocery shopping, grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit, available at all major grocery stores. This podcast is presented by Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. Okay, you guys, I have found a new beauty product that I am adding to my favorites. It's the Weightless Skin Foundation by Bobbi Brown. I've been loving the foundation, and it's just so lightweight. It literally feels like you're wearing nothing on your skin, but the coverage is flawless. It's obviously so hot outside right now, and my skin has been improving, so I really don't need as much coverage as I felt like I used to before, and I just don't want to feel like I have like tons and tons of makeup on at all times. So I've been loving it for when I want to do makeup but not do full glam. If you guys have been watching my vlogs, you know I don't wear like false lashes every single day like I used to. I wear a lot lighter makeup, and it's honestly perfect for just a mascara, more barefaced day. I also love that it has an SPF 15 in it, and it's also available in 53 shades. I'm currently the shade Neutral Honey. Bobbi Brown Cosmetics is known for their complexion products, and their new Weightless Skin Foundation is truly elite, turning non-foundation wearers into foundation wearers. The Weightless Skin Foundation has been a long time in the making, and the Bobbi Brown team tested it on over 7,000 faces to perfect the formula and color range to deliver on what women seek out most in a foundation. The result, you see your best skin, not makeup. And it's formulated with their Smart Skin Balancing technology. With 24-hour moisture and 24-hour wear, the Smart Skin Balancing technology adapts to what your skin needs. Bobbi Brown's ultra lightweight formula feels like nothing on your skin. It even stays put while on the move, even in humid climates. Truly, guys, you have to try it out, whether you're looking for a nice light foundation to wear for a no makeup day, or maybe you're just not looking for a ton of coverage. It's perfect for everybody. See more of the campaign and discover your perfect shade of Weightless Skin Foundation at bobbybrown.com.
Hello, Cal. You are on air.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is amazing.
Shout out.
Hello.
Shout out. Your
First-time
fans.
caller, long-time listener.
Holy crap. Yes, yes.
I have a
This
question.
is amazing.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Can you elaborate on why you told my friend last night that she should just tell this guy that she has feelings for him?
Just like, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Like getting that weight off your shoulders and just opening up about how you feel, and then at that point, the rest is history. I can't remember exactly everything I said.
No, but like, why did you say that?
Why?
This therapy.
I can't remember. I need to recollect. Oh my God.
Alicia has something to say.
Okay.
Hold on, you recollect. Hold on, Alicia's going to speak.
I fear we are asking a secure man, so he may not have the right answer.
That's so true too. Cal, can you tap into like a fuckboy mindset?
Because he's like, no,
Tap into a fuckboy mindset for why she should text him.
Like, you're giving, like, the answer that you gave makes so much sense, and I totally see your side, but I'm also, like, Alicia and I are sitting here and just, like, worried about the outcome for her. That's what we were that's why I was even stressed yesterday at all.
How so? Like, what do you mean by outcome?
Like, if she doesn't get the answer that she wants, which is obviously that she wants, like, a yes, like, I'm in love with you.
Well, I think you're just setting yourself up for disappointment no matter what.
You know what?
By waiting and waiting and waiting for any sort of outcome to happen naturally. So just to like ask him out, or not even ask him, just tell him like how
not
she
ask
feels.
him. Yeah, tell him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't. Yes.
You're just telling him, hey, I feel this way about you. Hang on. Sorry, I'm in traffic.
No, that's true, because when we're being Delulu, we're
telling
still hurting
him just-
ourselves.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What'd she say?
She said when we're being delusional, we're still hurting ourselves.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I could play games with this guy for months, and like, you can still have like that proximity to him, but you're never gonna get what you really want out of that like relationship, I guess. And just going out and telling him exactly how you feel, you're either gonna get a no, or that he feels the same way, or he might just say like, look, I'm not in the right headspace right now, but you never know. Instead of just like playing this game of cat and mouse constantly.
Okay, question. Not me blanking. I took my Vyvanse. Damn, I took the phone. Hi, Cal.
Hi.
Okay, so again, get back into your fuckboy mind. Okay, if she comes to this guy and says, I want more, and he says, I don't want more, if she still sticks around, like, what does that say to you? Like, is he gonna be like, okay, I guess we're just like, for me, I'm gonna leave?
I mean, for me, if, like, from my perspective, if a girl says that to me and I say, no, I don't want the same thing, I think at that point, that's just like the end. Because no matter what happens, even if you try to continue like a less serious relationship or whatever, that thought will always be in the back of my mind that like, oh, well, the whole time we're doing this, like, I will know that she wants more. So why string her along?
Also, that's just awkward, right?
Yeah, it's just awkward.
Got it.
No, I can't see an actual fuckboy taking advantage of those feelings and stringing a girl along.
Been there.
Rem said, been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cal would never.
Cal would never.
Wait, no, this was such a good conversation. We were so interested. We need to have an actual segment, like,
We need to have a
calling in
real
with Cal.
fuckboy on.
Cal calls in. Wait, we should get a fuckboy, but like do a voice disguiser and like have like a
It's just
hat
Cal.
or something. It's Cal. Wait, it's so obvious it's Cal. It's so him with the pizza hat.
It's Cal with
Pizza
the
Hut
with the hat turned sideways. I have a question for you,
What's
Cal. Do you believe in if he wanted to, he would?
I mean, it just depends on, like, there's a lot of factors with that. Because I feel like the older a guy is, the more that becomes true. But the younger a guy is, that's definitely not true.
Interesting. All right.
That's just from my perspective, I think.
I think.
I
All right.
Thanks.
Well, we'll talk about this more later. I love you so much.
All right, love you too.
Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
See ya, bye.
Wow, what an amazing, insightful
interesting
call.
Wow, thank you to our caller. Wow, you guys have great questions. He's just the caller every time.
Literally every time.
Calls with Cal.
I love
Callaghan
a voice
calls.
modulator.
No, I love it. I love listening to podcasts when they call people.
It's hard because he really is just a nice guy. So like all the answers he gives us are like, for a really just A plus B equals C nice man.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. But like,
hey,
he's so right.
also,
He's
though,
right.
there's nice guys out there. So
True.
I think that's also something to be like, as much as we're like, men are trash, which they are.
No, I think even the guy that my friend is dealing with is a nice guy.
Oh, good.
So that's also why I was like, you should listen to Cal because like he has a way. I feel like I'm doing mental gymnastics thinking of a guy who's like not very nice. Whereas I think this guy is nice. I think he really just like is unavailable, whether it's emotionally, physically, whatever it is. I don't believe in right person, wrong time.
I do.
You do.
I do, but I think I believe in it more now that I've realized, like, I think a lot of people could be our partner, but unless both people are ready for that step, it like just won't happen. Again, Ashley and her boyfriend, like I remember talking to him being like, what made you start going on dating apps? Like what, from a straight guy's perspective, because me trying to get answers, he was like, I don't know. I was just like, again, with this simple thinking,
Simple men.
He was like, I don't know. I just realized it's been a while since I've been in a long-term relationship. All my buddies are in one. I should get on a dating app. Like it was so like,
A plus B equals C.
A plus B equals C. I think I want a long-term relationship. I think if him and Ashley met 5 years ago, it wouldn't have matched. So in that sense, I think I do believe in right person, wrong time. Because if they were to meet,
but they didn't meet 5 years ago.
but I guarantee she met someone 5 years ago who maybe now is ready to sit down, or like who they could have gotten married and it worked.
Yeah.
but they just both weren't there. And I think that's why it didn't work out then.
I think it applies to people who were together when they were younger, whether it's a year, whether it's 10 years, whether it's 20 years, whatever, and then get together later on in life. Obviously, that's right person, wrong time.
Yeah.
But in the general sense of people that are like, oh, like I have a friend right now who just ended his situationship and was like, it was the right person, wrong time. And I'm like, no, he was just horrible.
I do. I mean, there's in the sense, like we can also agree, like clearly if they weren't your person, it would have happened back then.
Yeah.
I think from growing up in a very like, there's only one person out there for you. I think that has obviously changed with me. And now my horizons have been open to like, oh, there's multiple people who could be amazing partners or like could be amazing husbands for me, but like finding the right timing and clearly like if I haven't gotten over certain trauma that's holding me back, like obviously it's not like some guy's like out there waiting fucking so long. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's finding who like meshes perfectly with you at the right time, I guess.
I mean, yes. What do we think your perfect partner is out doing right now?
Remi, the way that I literally was like, okay, so he's obviously born. I'm like, let's be real. Like, I wonder where he is. Like, I wonder what he's doing right now. I wonder if he's like in a relationship and they're fighting and he's like, my girl's out there. I wonder if maybe he's married and like for the first time after having Hannah Burner on, because she was like, you need to up your age on your dating apps. I was thinking, oh my God, maybe my man is married right now and he needs to like get divorced before we find each other.
Energy. That's what she said, right?
I was like, you know what? I kind of could see me as a second wife energy. Like I can't see me being a stepmom to like a 21-year-old. That's a whole other thing.
Obsessed with that though. One of my friends
I can't see it. Like what? They watched my back to school videos like growing up.
One of my friends, we were like right out of college and she was like, I'm taking her stepdaughter to their like her prom, and she's like, this is so weird.
It's like, I do think I'd be a really cool stepmom.
You'd be an amazing stepmom.
I really do, but who knows? I don't want to also like,
it's fun to think about.
Not that I don't want to manifest that because I'm not opposed to that, but I definitely am like, oh, like that would be different than what my life's plan would be. Maybe he is a rock star and maybe he's on tour right now and it's just like, wow, I really wish I had a girl who just didn't know my band's name.
Imagine,
you know what I mean?
This is not happening, but imagine your future partner is out there having a conversation with one of his friends and they're like, I wonder what your perfect girl's doing right now. And he's like, probably recording a podcast.
I don't know. I'm just like really into like podcasts lately. Like maybe she like,
maybe she like has something to say.
Maybe she's a professional yapper.
Maybe she's got something to say.
I love themes and topics because I really do like seeing all sides to every situation. Obviously, it just comes down to everyone is so different and it depends on the person you're with. And it depends on like, obviously we don't know your current situation, but I don't know. I think what I would love from the listeners and the viewers on YouTube is if you have made it out of situationships or you feel like you have advice to give on this subject, please comment below because I would love it to be like a little forum where everyone's just like helping each other out, like the same way that it's easy for Rem to look back and be like, wow, I wish I could just shake my own shoulders from 8 years ago and tell her this. Like, what would you want to tell your younger self? Or like, what's advice you would love to give to someone who's kind of in that, like, I'm spiraling over this guy and like, it's not working or forcing it to fit or whatever. I feel like so many people in my life right now are like in love and in great relationships. So it makes me so happy to like obviously see that, but I feel like it makes me forget of like those situations with like your friend.
I think also if you're the friend of, which everybody listening I'm sure has at one point in time or will be a friend of someone who's going through something like this. And it's important to know how your friend wants the advice delivered / also tailoring the advice to your friend.
Yeah.
Because I think every friendship is different. Like I have like 5 friends in situationships currently. And so every time we talk about it, I'm like, okay, well, thinking of that person, first of all, how do they want me to deliver the advice? Because some people want it like tough love. Some people respond better to like more support. And so I have to like remember that / also knowing the person, knowing how they're going to deliver things. Like just every situation is very different. So I think really try and don't just give like blanket advice, like really try to like, you know, tailor the advice and your support to your friend.
I feel like most people don't like tough love. Like if you're just like, ew, get over him, he's trash. Like that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like when you're in it, that's the last thing you want to hear. I think that's why we're more like softer about it. Cause we're like, look, you're going to do whatever you do, but I want to always be a safe place for you to tell me what you're doing, even if I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Versus like that hard parenting style, even where it's just like, you don't want to like get in trouble. Like I
We're
don't know,
gentle parenting
we
here.
are. I just like I would want, I don't know. I love being able to tell people and even being like, look, I know you don't agree, but this is what I'm doing, and like still finding ways to support. So
Of course, and zero judgment always, and just being there to support your friend no matter what decision they make, because it's all like, it's a learning process. It's growing. It's life.
yeah. To life.
To life.
And to this podcast, we love, and to our viewers, we love you guys so
And
much.
to you.
And to you. We love you so much. Seriously, we can't thank you enough for everything, for caring about our little podcast that is now almost
7, right? I think we're coming up on 7.
7th season? 7 years?
I think we're in our 6th season, but I think we're like coming up on 7 years almost. I think.
insane.
I might be wrong about that.
Love you guys so much. And we are here for you no matter what you're going through. And we will see you next week with a new episode. Love you so much.
Love you.
Mwah.
Bye. Mwah.